Hi there. So I'm Kara Goodwin, and I'm the host of the Meditation Conversation podcast. And I'm trying going live on YouTube. I haven't really done this before. I've done some live streams that are part of the Meditation Conversation podcast. And a lot of those have been through the Conscious Awakening Network. But this is the first time that I'm just kind of impromptu going live, and I'm just testing the waters here. I sort of did this as a podcast a few months ago. Because I always have guests on my podcast. And I was like, well, maybe I'll just do some that are shorter and they're just me talking. And then that was really hard for me to maintain, to keep going. Things got really busy and I didn't really make time for that. But I still really have some things that I feel like I want to just say without interviewing a guest. So that's what I'm thinking, that I'll just kind of try this and see what what happens if I enjoy this or whatever. So today I want to talk about humor and the spiritual path. And this was something I do get people who email me regularly and they have questions about their spiritual development. And I love getting these questions from people. And I thought, these are probably things that a lot of people are thinking about and wondering about. And so this is another reason. It's like, hey, instead of just emailing one person, maybe I just like put this out there and it can help more people. So traditionally, when we think of spirituality, we may think of it as a very sacred, special, and serious topic. And it is very sacred and it is very special, but it doesn't always have to be serious. Sacred and stoic or dry or serious um, is not critical on the path. In fact, on the contrary, it can be really helpful to keep things light, to keep looking for joy and humor in life, even if you're on the spiritual path. So, especially if you have enjoyed humor throughout your life, and then suddenly you find yourself looking into spiritual development, wanting to connect more with your soul and with your higher self, and you think you need to fall into these parameters that other people may have set to say, well, this is how you are spiritual properly. And if you want to be spiritual, you need to be very serious. And if you're laughing and trying to keep things light, then you're not taking it seriously. And if you think about it, that's really kind of trying to change the fundamental way that you operate if you have enjoyed humor throughout your life. And I'm that type of person where I have always really enjoyed laughing. I love jokes. And I am the type of person that will try to keep things light. I do, and at the same time, I have a very, very strong spiritual connection. Um, the sacred and the divine is the divine is very sacred to me. It's a very big part of my life. But I also do that in my way. And that includes staying light, staying joyful, staying and enjoying humor. And so what you may find, though, as you begin to change and as you begin to hold a higher vibration, as you progress on your spiritual path, your humor may change a little bit. If you have had a very, like, for example, perverted sense of humor, or crass, or a degrading sense of humor, where you get a lot, like, you think it's really funny to make fun of people, like that's what really gets you, is if somebody's embarrassed or humiliated, if they're being singled out, if the target of the joke is feeling bad, that will not feel good to you. And so you may find that you start seeing other types of humor where, things that are a little bit more neutral and they don't, and everybody feels better from it. And it's not targeting somebody, it's not putting one person down, it's not creating this us versus them. And you also may notice more. That may be something that you haven't even noticed, where there is discernment, or that's not the right word, but like different levels maybe of humor that we can engage in. So it may be that your humor kind of lifts up, and the things that are targeting somebody or making somebody else feel bad actually don't feel right, and they're not funny to you anymore. So that's an interesting thing that you might find that could happen. But across the board, if you just enjoy laughing, you enjoy keeping things light, that can actually be a really powerful part of your spiritual practice. Oh, I'm getting chills. I love that. I'm getting spiritual goosebumps, let's say, which is a sign of truth coming in. So, or a resonant, it's a body resonant of truth. So notice that if you are talking or you're listening to something and your body is responding, that's a really undeniable way of being like, oh, we're on the right track. Um, no, I don't remember what I was saying about that. About how humor can actually be helpful to your spiritual development, because when we're lighter, when we're laughing, when we're joyful, that's actually opening up our hearts. And it is breaking down walls. It is lifting our vibration. So humor, again, there's levels of humor. So not all humor, some humor may reinforce lower level vibrations. And we've talked about those kinds of things already. But things that are genuinely just funny and kind of neutral or uplifting can really help you to get into a higher vibration. And laughter helps the energy to move within you. It actually moves your cells. It especially if you have a really good laugh, you know how it feels when you have such a good laugh and how that makes your body feel. So it's releasing chemicals physically within the body, but energetically, it can also help you to have a higher vibration. So, something to think about. And I want to know, what do you think about this? Have you found yourself in your spiritual development where you have felt like you have to, maybe it's to do with humor, it might be something else. It very well could be something else, but that you feel like you have to change or turn off a part of you. And sometimes that is necessary, where there are things that we need to let go of because we're either no longer interested in them, or they're not, or they're in a different vibration of where we want to be. Gossip is one such area. Maybe we used to really be engaged in gossip, and now we're more conscientious about how that makes us feel, what it does to our vibration, what it does to the vibration of others. And it's something that we've had to let go. And maybe that wasn't really easy to let go of. So there are things, if we want to change, we do need to change our behavior. But sometimes we can focus so much on a certain person's teachings that we feel like we have to completely change who we are in order to conform to how that person is. And maybe they're very dry and not humorous, and that makes us feel like we need to turn that part of ourselves off. So I would love to hear what your experience has been like and what you think. Do you think that there's a place for humor on the spiritual path? So I'm Kara Goodwin, host of Meditation Conversation. Please check out the podcast, and you can check out my website at karagoodwin.com. And it's been such a joy and a pleasure to go live. So many blessings to you. Have a beautiful day.